Hello everybody, Mark back here again for another 5-minute Blitz game on chess.com. Let's see what we can do here. Typical Queen's Pawn opening, so he wants the Nimzo. I would rather not. And this is, I guess, going to transpose into a Queen's Gambit. Declined kind of position. Okay, I guess he really just wants to pin this knight. I guess that's all he wanted from life right now. So I guess he's going to try and give me an isolated A-pawn, but I guess that's no huge deal for me. I feel like he's going to miss his dark squared bishop. Queen B3 or Queen C2? Queen C2 adds more pressure to the H7 pawn when he eventually castles. Or maybe just Rook C1. No, because then he can take my A-pawn. So I guess Queen B3 is defending my A2 pawn after I move my Rook, which is the most accurate, I suppose. 94, I guess, is coming. I don't know if I want to give up either bishop, but I'm going to have to give up one. So, on that note, I suppose I want to keep my light squared bishop because it's my better bishop. So, perhaps Rook C1 is the best here. Rook C1, knight takes, pawn takes. If I go Rook C1 and he takes my G5 bishop, then I catch you with my knight. And I mean, it's no huge deal, so Rook C1 it is. Pre-move that bad boy. If I can save that bishop at some stage, that'd be nice. Like if he castles, I might play bishop F4 or bishop H4. Depends what he wants to do with his bishop. I'm not sure what his plan is. It seemed very obvious from an early point that he wants to pin that knight and make it as hard as like. Okay, so he's just going to kick my bishop to a place I wanted anyway. Are you really going to play G4? G5? G4? I can't see how that would be good. I just can't. Wow, he's going to do it. He's just going to go ahead and do it. He's keen, huh? Like, but what's the point of doing it there? Why wouldn't he just take it before? And now he's got a weak H6 pawn. And he castled into it? What is... This can't be right. Surely just Rook takes H6 with knight takes G5 to follow up. Rook takes H6. Just keep my king in the center here. None of these pieces are over on the queen side. I've got a great attack right now. Bishop H7 check. As well, if at some point I need it. Wow. Wow. I don't really want to block the H file for my rook. So I think I'm just going to maybe just knight back here. Yeah, and then, yeah, this is much better. I've got A3. I'll eventually trade all these pieces and I can play King E2 and then Rook H1. Protect my rook. Yes. King E2. Rook H1. Rook G7. Okay. So, this has got to be good. This has got to be good for me. Just has to. Once I can get my knights activated, my bishop activated, I'm just up a pawn, right? Okay, let's get bishop f5, trade off the light squared bishops. My queen will be preparing to double attack against his knight. My knight's going to use b4, or b3 rather. I've only got a minute 44, so I need to move relatively quickly now. Oh, okay. I guess I can run away. Yeah, I guess so. It's a little scary. But I don't think it should be too big of a deal, right? Queen checks on g1. I got knight f1 to defend the e3 pawn. I am down 2 pawns though. But I'm up a minor piece. Okay, so he's just going to try and promote that. Wow. Keen. Okay, let's get rid of that darn piece. That bishop that was covering all the light squares and making life extremely difficult. I have to move here. It's only move, right? Wow, he's making this difficult. I don't know if this is going to be good enough. This tactic where if his queen or king takes and I've got knight takes d5 check. Winning that rook because of that. But I guess king takes is best. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not best either. Okay, now I should at least have a perpetual at worst case. Oh, he dropped his queen. Okay, so that's game. Whew, that was an intense game, huh? That was intense. A lot happened in that game. I won a piece early. After all this pressure he put on here, I think instead of h3, instead of h6, excuse me, he should have just taken. I mean, he tried to take. He took my bishop when it was on g3 anyway, when it just opened up the h file. So that was a big mistake. I felt like if you're gonna play h6 g5, don't take my bishop and castle. It's like the worst thing he could have done. Reason I played knight to d2 rather than something like knight h4 was I really just wanted to keep this h file open for my rook. I didn't want it getting trapped at any stage. Yeah, I think it was going to be tough to get it trapped, but I just couldn't calculate far enough with the time I had. His king went for a run to the center, and then I traded off a passive rook for my good one. Don't know why. And then this was an interesting little idea for him to take on g3 and expose my king. But then I guess he missed this. I felt like if it was going to be worse if king takes, actually. Because if he doesn't decide to take my knight to like stay up a rook, then I'm just going to be able to organize my pieces better. So he brought his king back. Once I play queen to e4 check, I've got just the e3 pawn is protected, the g2 square is over protected, so we can't push and promote. I feel like it's just going to be a winning position for me. So I hope you enjoyed the game. Hope you learned something. I certainly learned something as well. As always, thanks for watching. Bye.